Hello, my name is Jordan Owens and welcome to Caregivers United. I wanted to share a little bit about our company, about how we came about, why we exist, and then just what you're becoming a part of as a caregiver with Caregivers United. So I actually started this company because my brother had gotten sick. He needed total care for about 2 years. And so I took care of him and I found a lot of value and purpose and meaning in providing that care, as I know many of you have as well with your family members. So once he got better, I actually started working as a CNA with different agencies and even private clients. And I still found a lot of value and purpose in it, but I was just mortified. I was completely appalled at the inadequacy of the care that I saw around me, specifically the low quality of the caregivers. I saw so many no-call, no-shows. I saw people on their phones often, people unwilling to transfer assist, unwilling to learn new skills, people showing up in flip-flops and t-shirt, and the unprofessionalism, and I saw neglect and abuse as well, as I'm sure many of you have seen as well with people that you've worked with. So I went and talked to the owner of the company I was with, and I said, why are you hiring these caregivers, let alone keeping them after I shared these issues with you? She looked me dead in the eye and said, Jordan, there's a caregiver crisis. There are more seniors needing care than there are caregivers, let alone quality caregivers. So she told me, Jordan, we hired pretty much everyone who applies. Now, when she said that, my jaw just dropped to the floor. I was shocked. I knew it was true because I'd seen it, but still blew my mind. So right there and then, I decided that I'd start Caregivers United with a few key differences that set us apart from other agencies. So the first one is we only hire the top 1% of caregivers in all of Sarasota, Bradenton, and Venice. What it actually looks like is we actually track how many applications we get. We get hundreds, and over the years, we've averaged 1 in every 117 applicants actually being hired. So that makes 1 in every, a 1%. And so you, being a caregiver with our company, means that you are part of that 1%. Now also, there's a promise that I make with every client that I would never put a caregiver with their loved one or with themselves that I wouldn't trust to take care of my own mom. And I like my mom, by the way. That is a key difference there. And the second key distinction is we match the caregiver specifically with each client. I don't know what you're specifically used to, but a lot of times caregivers are used to just showing up kind of cold turkey with a client that they've never met before, just walking in and expected to know what to do based on maybe a few sentences of information or maybe a short call. That's not how we work. We actually will walk you in to the client's home and introduce you to the client. Say something like, hey, this is Jessica. She's been a caregiver for several years, Mr. Jones, and I just wanted to introduce her to you and you to her. She's looking to go to New York in the next couple of years, and I know you grew up in New York, and so I'm sure you have plenty to talk to. Essentially, just building rapport. And then someone from our office or maybe a caregiver that's been with them would walk you around and just show you where everything is, and then maybe give you some instructions on any equipment that you're going to be using, just allowing you to settle in so that you can be related to as a person, not just a caregiver, that you can relate to the client as a person, not just a patient. So that's the second key distinction. Now, the third key distinction is that in 7 years and tens of thousands of shifts, we've never had a no-call, no-show. And I knock on wood every time I say it because I can't guarantee that. That's really on you as the caregiver. And so it speaks volumes to our team, and it's my hope that you know that as you are actually joining this team, you're not just joining a team of top 1%, you're joining a history of people that have been reliable and made sure that the client gets their needs met. Now, we also obviously make sure all of our caregivers have some experience in several different areas, and we could go into that another time. But there's really 3 things that you as a caregiver can really count on us for. The first one is that you will be paid in full, on time, every single week with the money wired directly into your bank account. If for some reason it's not there on Friday morning at 9 a.m., oftentimes it arrives earlier, but if it's not there at 9 a.m. on Friday morning, I will PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, or Drive Cash to you. You will not have to wait on your money. So that's the first key distinction that you can count on us for. The second one is that you never have to figure out anything by yourself. you have 24/7, 365 day a year cell phone access to myself or my staff. So if you need something and you don't know what to do, you don't have to figure it out by yourself. You'll always be able to reach someone on our staff. The third distinction is you can expect to be respected. Respected by me, by the other office staff, by the other caregivers, by the families of the clients, and even the clients themselves. Now, I can't guarantee that a 95-year-old patient with a UTI, who has dementia, who didn't eat his Wheaties, who got off the wrong side of the bed, that he's gonna act respectful. But with that exception, that is what you can expect. So you'll be paid in full, on time, every single week, wired directly into your bank account. You never have to figure out anything by yourself. You'll always have cell phone access to someone on my staff, and you can expect to be respected. Now, we also have 5 core values as a company. And I know you've heard a lot of this during your interview, but I'm just going it over again so that you really know what it is to join Caregivers United as a caregiver. So these 5 core values are how we hire everyone on our team, and everyone on our staff is required to embody these, every one of the caregivers, and anytime there's ever corrections made, or anytime we're hiring someone or someone's no longer working with us, it's always based on at least one of these 5. And so I'm gonna go through all 5 of them, and I just wanna make sure that you're just taking stock of yourself so that you can say with conviction that you embody them. So the first one is a service mentality. Now, this is pretty obvious when it comes to taking care of the patients, but it goes beyond that so that we as the office staff, that we're here to serve you as the caregiver so that you can bring about the highest level of service to the clients themselves, but also to the family of the clients or serving the other caregivers. It's an overall mentality that we're looking to be of service in every which way all the time, and that you can count on us for that. And we ask to be able to count on you for that as well. The second one is a can-do attitude. Most things we can't control. Most things you can't control. I can't control traffic. I can't control the weather. I can't control the health of my patients, the health of our clients. But what we can control is our attitude. So you can count on us to have a can-do attitude here in the office, and we ask the same as from you out in the field as the caregivers to have a can-do attitude whenever possible. The third one is to be coachable. We don't know a lot of things, and you have a lot of information when working with clients and their families that we're not going to know unless you share it with us. Maybe it's suggestions, maybe it's ways we could do things better. We want to know that, and our commitment is that we're not going to be resistant or take it personal or get offended if you share things with us that we could do better. We want you to do that, and we ask the same in return, that we would be able to provide instruction, training, guidance, and teaching, or even correction without you getting offended or thinking that it's a personal issue. We're really just committed to providing the highest standard of care to as many seniors as possible. The fourth one is reliability. Simply put, you can count on us to do what we say we're going to do and to do the right thing, and we can count on you to do what you say you're going to do and to do the right thing. The last one is to be in communication. Life happens. We're not always going to be able to meet your expectations, and you're not always going to meet ours. But what you can count on us for is to be in communication. We ask the same in return. Don't ghost us. You don't need to disappear. You can be in communication with us. So those are the 5. The service mentality, can-do attitude, coachable, reliable, and in communication. Those are our 5 core values. Thank you for joining Caregivers United, and thank you for being a part of the top 1% of caregivers in Sarasota, Bradenton, and Venice. God bless.